Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the vast expanse of human experience, seeking to unravel the mysteries of our collective past. Today we find ourselves in the midst of a fascinating tale, one that unfolds in the storied city of Hamburg, a place where the Elbe River flows like a lifeblood, nourishing the spirits of commerce and culture. Our topic for today's episode is Hamburg through history, a narrative that spans centuries, weaving together threads of trade, conflict, and transformation. As we delve into the earliest history of Hamburg, let us transport ourselves to the banks of the Elbe, where the misty veil of morning lifts to reveal a landscape of marshes and forests, teeming with life. It is here, in the 9th century, that we find the precursors to the modern city, a small settlement known as Hamburg, founded by Charlemagne in 8 AD. This fortress town, nestled between the Elbe and the Ulster rivers, served as a bulwark against the Slavic tribes to the east, while also fostering trade and commerce with the Viking settlements to the north. The strategic location of Hamburg allowed it to control the flow of goods along the Elbe, including salt, a valuable commodity in the medieval era. The town's merchants would often travel to the nearby town of Lübeck, where they would exchange goods such as textiles, spices, and metals for the prized salt. This early trade network laid the foundation for Hamburg's emergence as a major commercial center. As we explore the historical context of Hamburg's emergence, we find ourselves in the company of notable figures such as Emperor Louis the Pious, who granted the town imperial protection in 834 AD. This privilege not only ensured the town's safety, but also facilitated its growth into a thriving commercial center. We also encounter the Viking leader, Harald, who raided Hamburg in 845 AD, leaving destruction and devastation in his wake. Despite these challenges, Hamburg continued to grow and prosper, with the town's merchants and traders establishing trade links with other European cities. The town's location at the confluence of the Elbe and Ulster rivers made it an ideal hub for the exchange of goods, including the lucrative trade in furs, wax, and amber. As the town's economy flourished, its cultural landscape also began to take shape, with the establishment of churches, monasteries, and other institutions that would play a significant role in shaping the city's identity. One such institution was the Hamburg Cathedral, founded in 824 AD by Archbishop Ansgar, who would later become a prominent figure in the Christianization of Scandinavia. The cathedral served as a center of learning and culture, attracting scholars and merchants from across Europe. Its construction also reflected the town's growing wealth and influence, with its imposing stone walls and intricate carvings testifying to the skill and craftsmanship of Hamburg's medieval artisans. As we prepare to enter the next chapter in our narrative, we find Hamburg on the cusp of a new era of growth and transformation, one that will be marked by unprecedented opportunities and challenges. The town's strategic location, its thriving trade network, and its cultural institutions have all laid the foundations for a period of rapid expansion and development. And so, dear listeners, we shall proceed to explore the pivotal events that shaped Hamburg's rise to prominence. A story of triumph and tragedy, of human ingenuity and perseverance, set against the backdrop of one of the most tumultuous periods in human history. Welcome back, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the fascinating tale of Hamburg through history. As the town's trade network expanded, its merchants established connections with other European cities, including Lübeck, Novgorod, and London. The Hanseatic League, a powerful trading federation, played a significant role in Hamburg's rise to prominence, with the city becoming one of its most influential members. The League's emphasis on cooperation, mutual defense, and standardized trade practices helped to facilitate the exchange of goods, including textiles, spices, metals, and grains. The 13th century saw the construction of the iconic St. Michaelis Church, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture that still stands today, its towering spire a testament to the city's wealth and influence. The church served as a hub for the city's spiritual life, attracting pilgrims and merchants from across Europe. Its construction also reflected the city's growing prosperity, with intricate stone carvings and stunning stained glass windows adorning its interior. As Hamburg's economy continued to flourish, its cultural landscape became increasingly diverse. The city attracted scholars, artists, and musicians from across Europe, who were drawn by its vibrant trade scene and tolerant atmosphere. One such example is the 14th-century poet and musician, Johannes von Tiepel, who composed works that reflected the city's cosmopolitan spirit. The city's strategic location also made it an important center for shipbuilding and navigation. The Elbe River provided a direct link to the North Sea, allowing Hamburg's merchants to establish trade routes with other European cities. The city's shipyards produced vessels of unparalleled quality, with the famous Hamburger Kog becoming a staple of medieval maritime trade. As we explore this pivotal period in Hamburg's history, we find ourselves in the company of notable figures, such as Emperor Frederick II, who granted the city imperial privileges in 1226 AD 20. This privilege not only ensured the city's safety, but also facilitated its growth into a major commercial center. We also encounter the likes of Bertram von Minden, a prominent Hamburg merchant, who played a key role in establishing trade links with the Hanseatic League. As the 14th century drew to a close, Hamburg had emerged as one of Europe's most influential cities, its merchants and traders shaping the course of global commerce. The city's cultural institutions, including its churches, monasteries, and guild halls, reflected its growing wealth and influence. As the great medieval historian Albert Krantz once wrote, "Hamburg is a city of grandeur, where the spirit of commerce and culture reigns supreme." As we prepare to enter the final chapter in our narrative, we find Hamburg at the height of its power and influence, its merchants and traders shaping the course of global events. The city's strategic location, its thriving trade network, and its cultural institutions have all laid the foundations for a lasting legacy that will endure for centuries to come. And so, dear listeners, we shall proceed to explore the decline or aftermath, and the lasting legacy of Hamburg through history, a story of triumph and tragedy, of human ingenuity and perseverance, set against the backdrop of one of the most tumultuous periods in human history. Welcome back, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, as we conclude our journey through the fascinating tale of Hamburg through history. As the 16th century dawned, Hamburg faced numerous challenges that would test its resilience and adaptability. The Protestant Reformation, led by Martin Luther, had a profound impact on the city, with many of its inhabitants embracing the new faith. This led to tensions with the Catholic Church and the Holy Roman Empire, which would eventually culminate in the 30 Years' War. The war had a devastating impact on Hamburg, with the city suffering significant losses in trade and population. The war also disrupted the Hanseatic League, which had been a cornerstone of Hamburg's economic success. However, the city's merchants and traders proved resourceful and adaptable, establishing new trade routes and partnerships to compensate for the losses. The 17th and 18th centuries saw Hamburg experience a period of cultural and intellectual flourishing, with the city becoming a hub for scholars, artists, and musicians. The University of Hamburg, founded in 1919, has its roots in the 17th century academic gymnasium, which attracted students from across Europe. The city's vibrant cultural scene was reflected in the works of composers such as Georg Philipp Telemann, who served as the city's music director. As the Industrial Revolution took hold in the 19th century, Hamburg underwent significant transformations, with the city becoming a major center for shipbuilding and manufacturing. The construction of the Speicherstadt, a vast complex of warehouses and storage facilities, reflected the city's continued importance as a trading hub. The city's port, which had been a cornerstone of its economy for centuries, was modernized and expanded to accommodate the growing volume of trade. In the 20th century, Hamburg faced new challenges, including the devastation of World War II and the subsequent division of Germany. However, the city proved resilient, with its inhabitants working tirelessly to rebuild and restore their community. The city's cultural institutions, including its museums, theaters, and music venues, continued to thrive, with Hamburg becoming a hub for contemporary art and culture. Today, Hamburg is a thriving metropolis, with a rich history and culture that continues to inspire and fascinate visitors from around the world. As the great Hamburg historian, Erich von Lehe, once wrote, "Hamburg is a city of grandeur, where the spirit of commerce and culture reigns supreme." The city's legacy can be seen in its stunning architecture, its vibrant cultural scene, and its continued importance as a center for trade and commerce. As we conclude our journey through Hamburg through history, we are reminded of the power of human ingenuity and perseverance. From its humble beginnings as a small settlement to its current status as a major global city, Hamburg has consistently demonstrated an ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive in the face of adversity. Its legacy serves as a testament to the enduring spirit of commerce and culture that has defined this great city for centuries. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history with Herodotus. Until next time, farewell. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.